Hello and welcome to episode 8 of 5. This is a very emotional episode because I lost 2 pennies this last week. I had 5 pennies in my pocket and I lost 2. Very, very sad. So this video is available on YouTube. If you want to get the audio, you can get it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, anywhere where you've got an audio podcast platform, you get this audio. So please remember to always share our content because we're spreading and we're growing. And I have to say thank you to the viewers and the listeners for that. Your support is of the utmost importance to the survival of this little project that we're doing here, where we just talk about things football most of the time, but we want to branch out and do more, but at the moment it's still talking things that are just football. So let's get into the 5 questions for this week. We don't want to waste so much of your time. Let's save time. As we said before, we just want to try and make sure that these videos and audios are as short as possible. The first question is, why is the Zimbabwean Zimbabwean Premiership still on lockdown when other leagues have already started playing, and he's particularly concerned about the players who gain income from this sport? And I'm sure maybe this question was sent in last week after we released the last episode. What I can say is the Zimbabwean League has been given the green light by the government now to resume and come back. So we're going to be having a lot of local soccer. I'm very happy about that. I'm a Dynamos fan. Dynamos is a little cousin of Chelsea. I support Dynamos. Those who don't agree with me, you can go and hang your... Okay, no, that's really, really rude. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. You can just go and, put your head where the sun don't shine. But Dynamos is going to be challenging for this year's league title, and I hope Timbare win the title. But as now answering the question, the league has been given the green light and it's coming this year. There's going to be Zimbabwean Premier Soccer League 2021. We're going to make sure that we crown a champion, even though these are very, very difficult times. Now this is a funny question. This guy is asking, if Erling Haaland is the answer, then what is the question? I don't know how I'm supposed to answer this, honestly. My producers are doing a horrible job, I can tell you that. If you want to be a producer for this show and applying for a job, just need a job in production, I'm firing my producers. Please just hit me up in the comment section, then I'll get back to you. We can figure something out, then you can produce for this show. Let me try and answer it as much as possible. If Erling Haaland is the answer, then what is the question? I'll say the question is football, basically. There's nothing the kid can't do on a football pitch. He's answering every question. Can he do it in the bigger games? He does it in the bigger games. Dortmund might end up losing the match, but he would have performed very well. He performs almost every time he's on the pitch. So football is the question. And in my little hearts of hearts, I'll also say Chelsea is a question that he needs to answer very soon. He needs to come and wear the Chelsea Football Club jersey so that he just shows if he can actually perform well at a club like Chelsea. Who is the best player in Europe ever since COVID hit? The best player in Europe ever since COVID hit has to be Robert Lewandowski. He's been the best player in the world for the past 12, 18 months. I'll just say Robert Lewandowski. The record speaks for itself. If you think that maybe I've got it wrong and you think maybe there's another player who's been better than Robert Lewandowski ever since the COVID restart, please just put your answers in the comment section below and I'll just look at them and maybe have a laugh, because I'm pretty sure most of you agree with me that it's Robert Lewandowski. Now the second last question. What is the biggest what-if moment in football? The biggest what-if moment in football for me, I'd have to say it's the John Terry penalty. I'm sure some of the older generation, such as myself, and the guys older than me, will agree with me that's a big what if moment in football. If there has to be one, I'm only choosing this because of course I support Chelsea. The biggest what if moment for me is just that John Terry penalty, 2008 Champions League final, Moscow. You know, that was a beautiful place to have that Champions League final in our owner's homeland, his home country. If we could have scored that penalty, if we could have won the Champions League for Roman Abramovich in Russia, what a magnificent moment it could have been for football. But yeah, that's my biggest what if moment. If you think you've got a better what if moment than me, please put it down in the comment section below, then we'll get to it. Maybe I'll actually address it on the next episode because I would have admitted that you've got a bit better what if moment in football. The best goal ever scored in PL history, Premier League history. I'm guessing this is only coming to light as well after Eric Lamella's wonderful goal. I think it has to be up there. If I have to choose, I'll make sure I put it maybe third best Premier League goal I've ever seen. And in second place, I would go for Michael Essien. I remember there was a time when we played Arsenal in 2006 where he just blasted a ball. I'm sure if you go on YouTube, you can get this goal. Of course, you're watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching. That goal was just magnificent technique for me, because as soon as he goes to swing that, his foot at that ball, you must be thinking this is going to row Z. Came from Africa, it's row Z, not Z. There's nothing called Z in the English alphabet. It's Z, and row Z. You have to be thinking it's going to row Z. Then, if I have to choose the best goal I've ever seen in the Premier League, I'd have to go for Thierry Henry's one when they're playing Manchester United, where he flicks it up, then he just hits it on the volley. I mean, from a technique standpoint, I think that's very technical, but it also needs a lot of power and that kind of decision making where you tell your mind, I'm gonna flick this point just to hit it. That's absolutely magnificent. Not a lot of common players can just think of a skill like that. I'd have to say that. But honorable mention would have to go to ep8 goal he scored versus Chelsea in 2012. That was a magnificent goal as well. But I'm still going for Thierry Henry when they played Manchester United. So thank you for watching and listening to this episode. Another episode is going to be coming out next week. So if you don't want to miss that episode, please remember to subscribe. And also remember to like this podcast on audio, on video, and remember to share it with your friends so that we get more and more exposure and more people are listening to us. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.